What is the funniest thing you overheard from another player's mic while playing a game online? A guy's drunk wife talking loud enough in the background for us to hear her about how she made the shit out of some sourdough bread. Those were her exact words. She was all, "Yeah, I know your online friends can hear me. I bet they're jealous of this bomb sourdough. They can suck my dick." While playing WoW, a guildmate from Trinidad screamed that his neighbor's monkey was spinning on his ceiling fan, peeing everywhere. It was truly glorious. Back in the days of Halo 2, guy the first played with regularly was Asian. We were trash talking, as 15-year-olds will, when I heard this sharp slapping sound, followed by the dude logging out. Turns out his mom heard our trash talk, and used her flip-flop to wallop the back of his head. First time I heard it, followed by many more when we were up too late. My husband goes around singing, "You have food, you have water, what the is your problem?" Our goofy Maine Coon kitty is a complete chowhound, but loves when my husband sings to him, so when my husband sings this, the kitty chimes in with him. Well, one night I'm doing a WoW raid and I was explaining a strategy when my husband starts singing this in the kitchen. He was loud enough that everyone on the mic heard it and burst out laughing. Shortly after that, someone asked the mage to drop a table and a feast, so he responded by saying, "You have food and water. WTF is your problem?" Which led to everyone bursting out in laughter again. I was trash-talking this team on Black Ops 2 back in the day. I said, "You live in your mom's basement," and my mom walked into my room at that very moment and said, "You will too if you don't get those grades up." I was 14. I heard an adult get mad at his mom for putting the wrong cheese on his sandwich. I was playing Rocket League and some guy told me he was going to take a bath with my dad. I've never laughed so hard. Removed. I was playing a game of Dead or Alive 4 and multiple people were in the lobby. This guy in usual fashion starts trash-talking one of the other guys and all of a sudden both of them somehow get their girlfriends involved in this online argument on a headset. It was pretty hilarious listening to two women compare their man's penis sizes, which is completely irrelevant to the situation. One time after beating a kid at a match on Counter-Strike, he kept yelling 1v1 me noob and hurling other insults at me. The kid was definitely only 11 to 12 years old. Anyways, I added him so we could 1v1, and while sitting in the pre-game lobby I heard his mother come in and start yelling at him to go to bed. He refused to turn off the PC. Then I heard his mother walk towards the PC and turn it off. He was immediately disconnected. I was laughing so hard the whole time. Lost 1v1 against mom. "Charlie, don't you dare chew the cable. Don't you dare. Stop. 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 Spit the cable out, Charles." Then his mic cut out. I think what I presumed to be the cat didn't let go of the cable. The game was Overwatch. I was playing, I think, COD or something, and I hear this kid go, "Mom, did you see that? I sniped him." And the mom goes, "That's great. Did you put lotion on your ashy ass elbows?" It was in a Call of Duty Ghosts Infection lobby. There were multiple little kids trash-talking each other throughout the whole game. Then somebody called the Great Scott joined and infected one of the kids. Then they all ganged up on him saying that they hoped he choked on his haggis. Then he comes on the mic, and in the most stereotypical Scottish accent possible, casually says, "Feck off lads or I'll shove me haggis up ye bollocks, laddie." I was nearly crying throughout the next match. I was once playing NHL with a couple friends. Our randomly filled teammate was probably about a 14 or 15-year-old kid. We then hear an older woman's voice, presumably his mother, in the thickest Boston accent I've ever heard. "Wash ya hands, Teddy. 2 pumps of soap. Don't break the container." I was playing a quick play game of Overwatch, and there was some kid getting yelled at by his mom that dinner was ready. It was a shouting match of her telling him to get off the game, and him telling her he'd only be a minute. Then he full-on screamed at her, and disconnected. This was followed by one guy on mic who had been silent the entire game bursting out laughing. I overheard these two guys on Siege talking about Red Dead, and this one guy said, "I named my horse after the Super 90 shotgun," and just yelled "Yeehaw" as hard as he could. I was playing COD and a player was helping his son with his homework. He was having a hard time explaining why multiplying by 0 equals 0, so I plugged in my mic and told the guy how to explain it simply. It was like Cyrano de Bergerac. I'd say a sentence to the guy in his headset and he'd parrot it to the kid. I also love when I hear people talk to what I assume are their pets on mic. I was the one saying it over a live mic. Husband and I were cooking meal prep lunches when I had to leave for my raid. I was talking something through before a fight when my husband came into the office with a fork full of food for me to try. I moved my head away a few times and he kept getting closer and closer with the fork until I finally said, "I don't want it in my mouth right now." Guild waited a half second before losing it. We had to take a 10-minute break. Overheard a mom shout from a teammate's audio. "Mom, we're going out to get breakfast." Kid, "No, I'm in the middle of a game." "Mom, we're going to McDonald's." Awesome. Kid 69 left the game. This guy's girlfriend asked him if she should order him pizza. He said, "Do I look Italian to you?" So not overheard. But I remember an incident about myself. When I was 12, I got to raid ZG in World of Warcraft for the first time with my guild. It was also the first time I used Ventrilo TS and didn't know about the push-to-talk mechanic, so my mic was on the whole time. My mom asked me from downstairs what I wanted on my sandwich, so I yelled back really loud, "Liverpaste" with mayonnaise and cucumber, in Norwegian. And oh my god, I scared the shit out of my guildies. Some other Norwegian guy in the guild could not stop laughing for the whole raid. I was completely tech illiterate when I first started playing WoW, and when I joined a guild, then eventually their vent, I had no idea how to set it up. That, plus a shitty mic and a shittier computer, made me sound like a transformer. I'd speak over vent, and you could understand what I was saying, but it sounded like I was talking through 2 tin cans and a string. With heavy autotune and reverb, I spent most of my time typing out what I had to say. Almost a year later, maybe about 9 months, I got a new computer, a new headset, and actually spent time learning how to set up vent. I logged in, and everyone was having an animated discussion about Wrath as it was a few days away. Then I hit my PTT to give my 2 cents. Dead silence. Then one of my guildies proclaimed, "Pastor, you're a girl." I almost fell out of my chair laughing at the confusion and terror in which he said it. It was hilarious. Not mine, but my friend's story. She was playing PUBG with a bunch of random people and one of the dude's mom goes, "Are you talking to a girl?" in the most dramatic voice, and then he disappeared. The other dude went like, "Oh man, let's pray for his soul." Not me, but I remember something on the lines of, "If you win 5-0 at FIFA I will give you head." The opponent heard it and ran 3 goals in his own net. Thanks for the silver. Doing a raid with a few randoms, I hear a dude talking to his kids say, "Yes daddy is playing game with friends." Then all I heard was PS4 beep and him saying, "Oh not a." Cut off and leaving the game and party chat. Legit was so funny. When he eventually joined back up, he explained his little kid loves turning off his PS4. "If you don't clutch this siege game for your team, then we aren't having that threesome we talked about." He clutched it and got an ace. On a TF2 server close to when Fallout 4 was gonna be released, some guy had a tabletop record player and some original records that had some of the songs from Fallout on them, and while he was playing Atom Bomb Baby for the millionth time, he knocked the record player off his desk and everyone in the server heard it basically explode on the poor man's floor. He sounded like he was gonna cry afterwards. Removed. My BF was doing a group game stream thing, I think. It makes sense looking at the story. In the middle of a game there is a sudden high-pitched shriek, and a lot of "oh my god" s. Turns out one of the team members forgot that he had set his screen to share and was happily looking at dragon dildos, and only noticed his whoopsie-daisy 15 minutes or so into his little shopping spree. Harry, no. I know you want to, but it's not cheese. American girl, attempting to wrangle our raid into some semblance of order so we can get started. UK friend, "Oh you're a proper aren't ya?" American girl, goes crazy. And that day he learned how offensive the word is to a lot of American women. I was playing some fill squads in PUBG and someone on my team left his headset on open mic and was yelling at his mom that he didn't like pasta because she wanted him to get off to eat but he wanted to keep playing. I was playing Minecraft years ago with 3 other friends when one of them said they would be right back. Turns out he was going to piss, but kept his headset on, and didn't mute the mic. We heard him the entire piss and we were all dying laughing. Had this happened to me too. Friend, I'm going for a piss. Me, alright, have a good tea. Friend, no, you're coming with me. I swear to God, kid, if you team flash me one more time I'm going to toss your salad and make you like it. I was in a game with 2 friends and one of them called me a cumlord for stealing a kill. There was a 3-second pause and then the other one said "Tease I, the Lord of Cum" in a high-pitched voice and we just lost it. In my WoW guild, we have a married couple in our raid group. They are parents and a lot of the other people in our guild are older-ish guys, single guys, or younger ones. One night we are raiding and mid-pull we hear the mom yell into her mic accidentally, "Hey, it's almost time for bed, you better have taken a shower and put your games away," in the most mom voice you've ever heard. A lot of people in our raid were ready to log off and go shower out of fear. Was dealing with a real bad boy on CSGO matchmaking, rude, racist, griefing, etc. Just your typical Gold Nova puppy. But all of a sudden we hear a baby crying in the background of his mic. Someone tells him to go take care of his child and the whole match becomes just us answering him with unsolicited fatherhood tips. I used to play Halo 3 with a group of my social worker buddies. Whenever we would get an angsty kid yelling at the game, we would turn it into a counseling session, teaching anger management techniques, finding out what was behind the rage, encouraging them to rethink life decisions. I'd like to think we helped a lot of people. Oh, I peed a little. A guy in my Overwatch party was taking bong rips all night, claiming it made him play better. We had pushed the payload almost to the end on our turn, but we were losing ground extremely fast. They pushed us to the second checkpoint on Gibraltar. When the guy says hold up and goes completely AFK in spawn, from the mic we hear the loudest, most drawn-out bong rip that I have ever heard in my life. Shit, deadass lasted like 90 seconds. He came back and proceeded to frag out hard, on May of all characters, and basically held the enemy team in spawn the rest of the game. After that we went on one of those night-long winning streaks and I finally hit Diamond. I never found Weed Seagull again, but I couldn't have done it without him. The only online game I've ever played is Fortnite and I only started playing that because my little nephew wanted me to duo with him as he has nobody else to play with regularly. I was bad though, so I started playing squad fill on my own to try and improve so I could actually help my nephew when we play. Early hours of one morning I got paired up with a couple of guys who sounded like they were talking Arabic, so I just stayed quiet. Then a young kid joined, maybe about 14 or so, and started trying to talk to the other 2. He went through whole list of languages, asking them if they spoke English, Spanish, Italian, German, and the 2 guys said no each time. Finally the kid asked them if they spoke French and one of them said yes. The kid spoke a few sentences in French and after a slight pause one of the guys replied with a baguette. I laughed. The kid left. One of the guys said or the wee man left. Turns out they were both Scottish. It was funny, but it didn't half make me feel kind of dumb. Listen to this young kid who speaks all these languages and me barely know English. Playing TF2 with a random group of people, and our team isn't doing great. Someone joins the server and immediately starts yelling and screaming, saying remarks that made me instantly believe he was in the military, and from the south. What the f are y'all doing? Get your thumbs out of her butts and get your shit together. He was playing as a medic, and there was another medic on the team. You saucy son bitch, why the f are you healing me? I'm a goddamn medic. I'm about to spin you around by your little shoestring dick and toss you back to 3rd grade. There were various other comments made, all of which sounded like Lee Ermey in Full Metal Jacket. I was dying. My friend was freaking out on the mic. I thought he was getting mad at someone in the game, but it didn't make a whole lot of sense. He would be like, "F off, no, don't do that. You cheeky bastard. You absolute asshole. Don't. goddamn it. And I asked him what the hell was going on and he said, my cat drank my milk. One time when I was playing Overwatch late at night, a guy asked the team, hey, do you guys like cheesecake? To which a couple of people replied yeah and yes. Then someone asked, what type of flavor do you like? To which the original guy replied, cheese flavored, you idiot. Competitive Overwatch might shatter my spirit and deteriorate my sanity, but it's little weird moments like that which make it all worth it. I was in a group of about 10 folks, in an MMO, just running quests together. One of the group members logged off, but apparently forgot that his vent mic was hot. We all got to listen to him having sex with his girlfriend. The most interesting message was a group member who suddenly typed into chat, our fob is under mortar fire. Gotta go. It was over a week before we heard from him again. Needless to say, for that week we were all worried he might have been killed. Asterisk he was stationed in Iraq, if I remember correctly. This was about a decade ago. Back when Modern Warfare 2 came out, I was playing multiplayer like mad, but every once in a while a hacker would come on and do some wacky shit in our matches. One night, this one guy comes in named Potter here and in the shittiest English accent said, I'm Harry Potter. You shall all be granted the max emum prestige. BIBBIDY. Everyone got disconnected. I shut off my PS3 and turned it back on. Lo and behold, I had everything unlocked and was still at like level 50. Still have all that unlocked and still play every once in a while. Thanks, Harry.